What's up, guys? This is Louis from Imaginovation Pictures, and we're here today to talk about Doctor Who, The Forgotten Time. And today I am accompanied by Lauren, who portrays Sophie in part 1. So, Lauren, tell me about your part in this movie. Let's take a look here behind the scenes. How did you hear about the Forgotten Time Lord? How did you get involved into this crazy mess of a project?
Well, I frequent the New Mexico film website because this was all filmed in New Mexico. They have a bulletin board for casting calls on this website where anybody can post a casting call. And I was scrolling through one day and I happened across a call for a Doctor Who fan film. I didn't know a thing about Doctor Who, but I clicked on it, I submitted my information, and I heard back really quickly, and from there we started communication.
I remember this morning I had posted it, and then within barely a few hours of posting it, you were the first one to respond to my ad. Yeah,
and I was just so good, he had to cast me right there.
Well, you had sent me your resume and your that portrait, the professional
headshot.
Portrait, headshot. There you go. I can't find my words. When I saw that headshot, I was like, that's it. I have Sophie right here. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So as you mentioned, I had posted. There was that, of course, the announcement that I had posted on the film board, which was suggested by Catherine, who plays Sophie's mom in part 2, and she had found me through the flyers that I had posted. She was actually a friend of hers who had seen the flyer in Alamogordo, who then contacted her, and then she contacted me.
She's like, hey, I have a better idea.
Yeah, and that's when, so we met up, we did a little audition through Skype.
Yeah.
And she told me, go ahead and post it on the film board. There are people out there that will, no matter where they are in New Mexico, they will drive whatever distance it is to be in your movie. I was like, okay. And I remember, I think I messaged you afterwards, and I remember I might have sent an email or something.
Well, yes, I was contacted through email. Yeah,
and I told you that we can set up an audition date, that we were going to do through Zoom.
Yes.
Remember, there's a scene from Inception.
That's right.
It was the Paris Cafe scene.
I had completely forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I remember we just did it. We ran through it once. I was like, okay, well, that'll work, I could just...
That'll do.
Yeah, exactly. So that, we just kind of talked about the movie. I think I'd already mentioned that we are going to maybe start filming in maybe late January, early February, because this was November of 2020. We finally, end of January, we met up to start filming, so go ahead.
Remember being very cold at the end, very, very hot.
Yeah,
so we literally saw
we went all the way to June. We literally filmed on the span of 6 months. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
Tell me more about, your experience on set. Did you, the driving and all, was it, because okay, so of course, little math here, 3 hours to drive from Albuquerque to Alamo, and that's not even including the extra maybe 30 minutes it takes to go up to Cloudcraft and stuff. And then be able to drive back another 3 hours, a total of 6 hours of driving, and except for one time, this is all on just one day. You did all this driving in one single day.
Thankfully, my car gets very good gas mileage. But yeah, early mornings, and then we would film until probably 6 o'clock to give me enough time to go home. And that way I wasn't really driving home in the dark either, except in the winter, obviously, it was a little bit different. I don't think it was every weekend.
No,
it was every other weekend or weekend that would work.
Because, exactly.
Which is why, it took 6 months, because it's hard to coordinate.
Well, what are the, okay, so we kind of covered the bad stuff. Let's talk about the good things. What was the good things?
Well, I liked when we all stayed in the cabin that one night. It was the one weekend where I was there for more than just a day. They rented out a cabin that we also filmed in, and we stayed there for the night. We watched Whiplash.
Oh yeah, that's right, we did.
That night.
That's right. You hadn't seen that.
I'd never seen it. No.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you were upset watching that. And I mean, this is a pretty intense and stressful movie to watch.
But that was fun.
Oh god, yeah, that was a stressful weekend though.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
Because it's like so we did those scenes that we did. We started off the weekend, I remember it was at the Potty Factory. At first, we did our final shots that we had to do with you at the Potty Factory. Then we drove up the mountain, got to the cabin, did the shots that we needed to do that evening with Catherine and Josh. And then we decided to call it a night. I remember we did the Search for the Compass scene as well, which is the two of us. We did that evening, where Josh was holding the light. So that's why, and he wanted me to credit him as a shot lighting assistant. So that's why he's in the credits for that. But he did help for it, so makes sense. And thank you for that, by the way, if you're watching this, Josh. Anyway, and then the next day we had to and there was a lot to get through because we had the whole time, what I call the time loop revelation scene with all those Post-its and all. I remember that morning I got up pretty early, started putting those Post-its, writing them, and then putting them up. And I wanted them to stick to the wall, just to the wall. I didn't want to put them on the windows, but they didn't really stick on the wall. So I actually, in the end, I utilized the windows, and it worked. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And there's like Easter eggs of all kinds. So if you ever are curious to watch the movie again, pause and see what kind of notes I have and which movie references I wrote down, you can. Of course, a few Doctor Who ones that were thrown in there. But anyway, so I did that, and then we shot every single shot with you, I remember. We tried to cram everything in, so that way you wouldn't leave too late, because we were an extra hour away. So it was like 4 hours.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was a 4-hour drive for you that time.
I remember falling down the stairs.
Oh, God. I have the footage of the whole thing.
Falling down the stairs.
I don't really think we really see it, but I think you can kind of hear it.
You could definitely hear it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I'm not the most graceful of people, and I was running up these stairs, and I slipped and I fell, and I like got a scrape, and I bled through my chains. I remember. That was the funniest thing. I was like, blooper reel. It was like a running down the stairs.
Those stairs were not the safest, though.
They were very steep and they were very narrow, and I was like running.
Yeah, you were supposed to run, I told you specifically, you need to run up those.
Yeah, and then we were like, maybe not.
Yeah. And then we finished with outside. Of course, it snowed that weekend.
It did snow that weekend.
Seriously, I didn't need snow, and it snowed. This is was it like a late April or something? I think it was.
Something like that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, come on, seriously? And I remember you were like cold outside, so I was trying to
freezing.
Get
all the time
fast and get scenes done and over with. And unfortunately, it's not like the movie really had any budget for portable heaters.
No,
that you can just put outside.
Budget, so.
Yeah.
Would have been nice though.
And so therefore, that's why we got your sister involved, because I didn't have anyone for the role of Rachel. I did. I mean, I had originally someone. Unfortunately, she, of course, life moves on for people and stuff. So she moved away, and therefore I was out without anyone for quite a while, and until I think we had talked about it. We had talked about it all throughout filming that your sister might be able to fill in for that.
I brought up the fact that my sister also, has done some acting and theater in the past, and she would be an easy replacement, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember
without having to go out and search for something.
Yeah. I remember. I just trusted you. I literally just.
I know what I'm doing.
Oh my gosh. I just trusted you with the whole thing. Well, it's better than nobody, and I really need someone to fulfill this role, and I don't have any other options, so I might as well give it a try. And I remember that morning, I was like, I wonder how what this is gonna give. I was like, I don't know. I hope it gives something good. But the way she had the ability, because I know you told me she'd done some acting, but I wasn't sure how much she had done compared to you. And from what I heard, from what you had said, that she hadn't done as much.
Yeah.
Especially because the scene we started with, which was your second encounter in the forest, where she finds you. That's a very emotional scene right there, and it's a pretty tedious scene to really get down and all. And early morning, first scene, first few shots. That's what it was. She got into it just like that.
Yeah.
And I was just baffled at how easily she was able to jump into the acting and all. It was just amazing.
I remember she felt really awkward at first, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't know like how to make it feel real. But it does help. It helped having her there instead of just a stranger, because it was emotional and there's supposed to be an attachment.
That's the other thing too, is in the end that worked to your guys' advantage.
Because we already have such great chemistry, because she's my sister and my best friend. Made it a lot easier, and it was a lot more comfortable doing a scene like that.
Yeah, I do believe that actually did facilitate even the harder parts, you know, where it gets pretty emotional and it's just, you know, goes down, goes up, whatever, you know. Emotions kind of, you know, reach a peak at the end until she disappears. But you guys were able to really pull it off convincingly, like really convincingly on camera. So I was really happy. I remember being really happy with the result that day, because I was like kind of fearful that I was like, is this gonna work?
Yeah.
Like,
when you don't know somebody, and it's hard,
Yeah.
and you haven't seen, you like, because she didn't audition or send in anything, so you didn't know anything going on.
No, that's why I just
yeah.
like really trusted you on this, and I was like, okay, let's give it a try, and I did not regret that whatsoever. Even afterwards with the whole scene with the tent and all that opening scene that we did, that worked really well. And that too, that was quite the show right there, because you guys, so that one long take, the way we were able to do that, because there are no special effects involved in that shot. None. It's all practical.
Yeah, it's one shot too. There wasn't a cut.
It's one shot. Yeah, and I remember that's something we discussed with Josh. Like, we should do it in one shot, and then he added the fact that we should do like a whole full 360, which we didn't get to do in the end, but that's okay. I was still happy with it. So, but anyway, the way this worked was, I remember Megan gets up at the beginning, and then she starts walking. I'm following her, and as soon, of course, you and Josh are still like, you know, tossing the frisbee back and forth. Well, the rest of the crew, which was Tom, Ryan,
I think it was just
and Kirsten.
That's right. She was there too. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Kirsten was in the tent. They were hiding in there.
in the tent.
Yeah, they were in the tent waiting. And as soon as I panned the camera away, you guys were out of the camera view. I gave the signal, and you guys just stopped everything, just packed everything, put it in the tent, and everybody else came out of the tent who was in there. And you guys all picked up that tent and like moved it.
We like ran. It was something you see in the Three Stooges. We're just carrying this tent. I wish I
had kind of done like just a single shot of you guys just kind of carrying the tent for a few seconds, just so everyone could see what it looked like. Because Megan stayed in character the whole time. I was holding the camera and trying, because all I can see from the corner of my eye is this tent just kind of moving by itself, and I'm trying so hard not to laugh while we're still filming, and because Megan's doing such a great job at staying in character. And I remember, you guys struggled with that tent a little bit. There's actually a nice little behind the scenes footage of you guys. I got your witness report on how it is to carry that tent around.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I'll play the clip for you guys. Okay, so all of you here, this whole crew just carried this tent around and followed me, including this gentleman over here. So, any reactions? Any reactions from?
She almost fell. Yeah. Here's an idea. And logs. And I'll hold you while the rest of the crew punches you once.
It wasn't my idea. It was all yours and Josh's idea, and it was a good idea.
To me, my parents know better than
my
that.
My little 5'2" legs trying to follow these three.
Yeah.
You know, I felt so bad. I was like gonna grab it from you, but
she was laughing too.
Oh, come on, it'll be worse in the end.
Will it? Will it? It better be.
Yes,
it's better to
it will.
Behind the scenes and
extras.
And
absolutely.
We're all gonna sound like such bitches.
I can definitely tell.
I mean, I can attest that I am a bitch.
What about you, Josh? You haven't said much. What, do you have a comment to add?
Everybody watch the movies and be like,
I'm just
there you go. I even have one of Ryan in the tent, who's all ready to go, hiding in there with Tom too. Give me a here's Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
oh my God.
Ryan's hiding in the tent. He's gonna be coming out and moving it out of the way.
How's it going? Not that bad, no problem. So it's pretty funny. That was quite the scene.
And after that, Megan did a few shots we did of her wandering through the forest. She did an amazing job right there. Like those were like pretty much the first takes.
Yeah.
Like every time it's like, okay, let's do it. Here you go, action, and then like cut. That's it. Like that's it. The take is there. I don't need a second or third take, and that's all I need.
I didn't really watch what you guys did with her that day, so it was nice to actually see everything that happened.
Oh yeah.
She's running around the forest, and I'm just like sitting somewhere, waiting for them to be done.
I remember that.
And I hear like screaming or just running through the forest, and I'm like, what is going on? And I actually got to see it, and I was like, oh.
What'd you think of the scene where she trips and falls?
It was aggressive. I had to rewind because I was like, oh my god, she fell hard. She fell hard.
The funny thing is, it actually cuts where so I have so of course it's in 2 shots.
Yeah.
So the first one, she kind of just stumbles without falling. And the second one, she actually falls, but what I did is I sped up the video a little bit, but I did it in a very strategic way so that the initial fall is like, at first it's like, really hits hard. But it works well in the end. With the sound effect and all that's added on,
I thought
really
it was
works.
funny. It made me laugh a little. Not like, but because she's my sister, I was like, oh. But
So and then she did that, and then she did the one with the Cyberman.
Yeah.
But she wasn't looking at anything. It was there's nothing there. So, but she does a convincing job and looking like, oh my gosh, like what is this thing that's like just walking up towards me?
Yeah.
So and then runs away.
It's funny watching her on screen and myself on screen. As actors, it's very hard to watch ourselves do things. Seeing her was funny to me. Not in a bad way. It just felt strange. It was like, wow, that's my sister.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And then there's that scene that she did with Ryan as well, where I remember that one took quite a while because every time Ryan was supposed to disappear, like I would pan the camera, and actually the first few takes were I was gonna try and get it where she was looking and he was gonna hide behind her, and as he's hiding behind her, try and like bend, like get down and like get down to the ground. Except that every time we tried that, you could see his hat or something, so you just see him just suddenly just
the edge of like a cowboy hat.
Yeah, just kind of just going down, and it was just hilarious. I remember the day we did the search for the TARDIS, at least the initial segment where it was the first emotional scene, which I think that was day 3 of filming.
Yeah.
Where we just couldn't get it. We just couldn't get it right because it's such a tight frame. Like every time we'd like try and move and stuff, like it was just so hard to frame it, and at the same time.
That's right.
Yeah, that took quite a few takes. I remember.
Yeah.
Quite a few. That was a tough one to shoot.
I remember Ryan got emotional. I was like, looking back watching it, I think I can do so much better. And it's been 2 years, and I've grown as an actor. But Ryan was like behind the camera, like with the mic or whatever.
Microphone,
and
like, days with the microphone.
He's like, wow. I
That's
was like,
deep.
thank you.
Yeah, he's always
Not good for my
That's
ego.
his comment. That's his comment.
But it did make me feel better because I felt really uncomfortable starting with that. Because I still barely knew you guys, and it just felt weird to do something so emotional like that just without.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Just go right into it.
Yeah, because that's the
such
problem.
Such a small, intimate group of people too.
Yeah.
Like it just it's awkward and
it's tough. It's tedious. It takes a lot of I want to say like sometimes it takes just quite a few takes just really getting to act with the other. You know, like on camera and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot of that before you really get to know that comfort zone.
And this was my first time on camera doing anything, and so I'm very amateur, very green. Like I didn't know anything, and I didn't know how like uncomfortable or comfortable I would be. Mm-hmm. So it was nice to have that experience and break those barriers because now I know, and now I feel more comfortable.
Well, I think this kind of pretty much concludes our little sit and talk. Is there anything else? Is there any last points you wanted to talk about, or did we pretty much cover everything?
I think we got everything.
Yeah, I think we got everything. If you guys have any Any guys extra questions, comments you want to add, anything that you want us to talk about in a future video, just go ahead and let us know below. Give us your feedback on anything if you really want to as well. It's always welcome.
Please.
And yeah, exactly. Anyway, this concludes. And by the way, guys, just fun facts so you know, that little TARDIS that is sitting there is actually the one that was used.
The TARDIS.
Wasn't the one that we used, because actually there are two different ones. Yes, there's actually, this one was used for my first scene when I first my very first scene. That's the one that you see there. I just scaled it up, took a picture, scaled it up, and then the other one actually is it's a different one. But so yeah, there are two different ones in the movie. Actually, this one belongs to Tom. It's not even mine, so I have to give it back to him at some point. But anyway, so thank you for Lauren. Thank you for being here, and for this nice little interview and a little, we'll say, bigger glimpse of behind the scenes of, so people can understand better how this movie was made, where it came from and all. So thank you for sharing, for being here, and thank you for your time and sharing all these wonderful memories and the maybe not so wonderful ones you have from on set. And
overall, it was all worth it.
Yeah,
they're all
that's good.
fond memories, even if some of them are a little bit more negative. It's all fond.
There you go. And if your interest or has been piqued even more, or you're even more curious, go watch the movie a second time to get part one a second time to get a better feel for it. And until then, we will see you guys soon enough. It will be for content for part 2 or more behind the scenes, content. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching.